story begins in a small village. The biggest problem faced by this village is the frequent attacks by dragons. The villagers are always prepared to fight back. Interestingly, these dragons don't attack to kill people, but come to steal food. The village chief, named Stoik, has formed a team to fight off the dragons. Some kids are also part of this team and are very skilled in fighting dragons. Our main character, Hiccup, admires these kids and wishes to join the fight. But instead of letting him fight, the villagers assign him the task of making weapons like swords and arrows. Among the dragon fighters is a skilled girl named Astrid. Hiccup likes her, but has never told her. Watching Astrid and her group fight, Hiccup's desire to fight dragons only grows stronger. Hiccup secretly creates a special device to fight dragons, but he never gets the chance to use it since he's not allowed to join the battle. Meanwhile, the dragons continue to attack and destroy homes. Among them is the most dangerous one called Night Fury. He strikes from the darkness with perfect aim. No one has ever seen him, and anyone who kills Night Fury would be hailed as a hero. One night, Hiccup finds out that Night Fury has arrived. Seizing the moment, he rushes out with his invention and fires it into the dark sky, believing he's hit the dragon. Just then, a fire dragon starts chasing him. As Hiccup is about to be attacked, Stoik, the village chief, appears and saves him. The dragons flee, but the village is left in ruins. Furious, Stoik scolds Hiccup and demands to know who let him outside. We learn that Hiccup is actually Stoik's son. Because of this, he's never allowed to fight. The chief wants to protect him. Despite being locked indoors by Gobber, a trainer, Hiccup sneaks out again when he gets a chance. Meanwhile, Stoik gathers the villagers in the hall. He tells everyone that the dragons are stealing their food, and if they don't destroy them, soon they'll have nothing left to eat. Everyone agrees, and they begin to plan an attack. We are introduced to Gothi, a wise old woman who advises Stoik. People believe she has mystical powers. On being asked, she says this is the right time to destroy the dragons. Trusting her words, Stoik decides to go on a mission to find and destroy the dragon's nest. Before leaving, he meets Gobber and tells him to train his son Hiccup to become a skilled dragon hunter. Stoik wants Hiccup to take his place as the village chief someday. The scene shifts to Hiccup wandering into the forest. He comes across a strangely broken tree. Going further, he sees something shocking. The dragon he had aimed at, Night Fury. Hiccup gets the perfect chance to kill him, but can't bring himself to do it. As he looks into the dragon's eyes, his heart melts. Instead of killing it, Hiccup sets the dragon free. Night Fury runs towards him and roars, but doesn't attack. He tries to fly away, but falls to the ground. His tail is injured and he can't fly properly. Terrified, Hiccup runs back home. When he arrives, he finds his father waiting for him. Stoik gives Hiccup a battle axe and tells him that it's time to learn how to hunt dragons. He reminds him that once he desperately wanted to do this. But Hiccup's heart has changed. He tells his father that he's not a hunter and doesn't think he's capable. Stoik, disappointed, insists that Hiccup must prove himself when he returns. The next day, all the kids are taken to the training arena. All of them are already skilled in hunting dragons, except for Hiccup, who's just starting. Gobber tells them it's tradition. The one who can control a dragon will be honored in front of the village and get the first chance to kill a dragon. A dragon is released into the arena. Everyone tries to tame it, but no one succeeds. The dragon nearly attacks Hiccup, but Gobber saves him just in time. After training ends, Hiccup goes back to the same forest area where Night Fury had fallen. He finds the dragon trapped in a deep pit. Night Fury tries to escape, but can't. One of his tail fins is broken, and he's unable to fly properly. Before Hiccup leaves, the dragon sees him but doesn't harm him. Hiccup returns home, where Gobber shows the kids an old family book filled with information about dragons. No one takes it seriously and leaves. Once they're gone, Hiccup uses this chance to talk to Astrid. He tries to ask her about dragons, but she mocks him, saying he's the chief's son and gets everything easily without working for it. She leaves. Hiccup then flips through the book, trying to learn more about Night Fury, hoping to befriend him, but the book contains no information about this mysterious dragon. No one knows anything about him. The scene cuts to Stoik and his team, who are now sailing across the sea in search of the dragon's nest. They reach a deserted island, and just as they arrive, a dragon attack begins. As the dragons attack, the scene quickly shifts. We're not shown what happens to the people under attack. Instead, we find ourselves back in the training arena. There, the kids are now training with a different dragon. On this day, Astrid shows true courage and successfully controls the dragon. After the session ends, Hiccup takes a fish and heads to the Night Fury. He wants to begin a friendship by offering food. As soon as the Night Fury sees the fish, it pounces on it and eats. After eating, it even gives a small piece of the fish back to Hiccup, maybe as a gesture of trust. Hiccup can't refuse. He accepts the piece and eats it. This simple act marks the beginning of a friendship between the two. When Hiccup tries to touch the dragon, it pulls back, but he doesn't give up. He keeps trying, moving closer each time. Slowly, the dragon begins to trust him. Finally, Hiccup manages to touch it, and just like that, a bond begins to form. Hiccup goes home and builds a tail fin for the dragon. Then he brings more food for it. While the Night Fury is busy eating, Hiccup attaches the fin to its tail. As soon as he does, the dragon takes off and flies. Becoming friends with the Night Fury gives Hiccup a big advantage. He starts to understand dragons, what they fear, and how to deal with them. In the arena, he uses an eel to control one dragon because he had learned it's afraid of eels. Slowly, he figures out every dragon's weakness. One by one, he controls them all. The other kids are amazed. News spreads fast, and Hiccup becomes a hero in the village. A few days later, Stoik returns with his team. Their mission failed. They couldn't find the dragon's nest, and many of their men were injured. But back home, Stoik hears something unexpected. His son is now a village hero. He can defeat dragons with ease. Stoik is proud. He meets Hiccup and promises that he'll be the one to kill the first dragon. The day comes to decide who the top dragon killer will be. Like always, Hiccup easily handles the dragon. Astrid is furious. She wanted to win today, but she loses. Gobber announces that Hiccup will get the honor of killing the first dragon. But Hiccup doesn't want to kill. After training ends, he runs off to the Night Fury. He plans to escape with it. But Astrid has been watching him. She's noticed he goes somewhere after every training session. Suddenly, Night Fury appears and almost attacks her, but Hiccup stops it just in time. He calms the dragon and tells Astrid it's his friend. He's been spending time with it for days. Astrid doesn't believe him and tries to run, but Night Fury blocks her path and lifts her into the air, flying toward the mountains. There, Hiccup convinces her to ride with him. She has no choice, so she agrees. While flying, she begins to enjoy the ride. She realizes dragons aren't as dangerous as they seem. As they soar through the sky, they suddenly see a huge group of dragons flying in one direction. Curious, they follow them. They end up at a massive nest. There, Hiccup sees a gigantic dragon. Its mouth alone shows how massive its body must be. All the other dragons seem scared of it. They're bringing food to it like slaves. This dragon clearly controls them all. The next morning, the arena is full. Everyone has gathered to see Hiccup kill a dragon. A giant fire-breathing dragon is released. But instead of fighting, Hiccup throws down his weapon and surrenders. This upsets his father deeply. The dragon becomes enraged and begins attacking Hiccup repeatedly. Hearing his cries, the Night Fury rushes in and saves him. It fights off the attacking dragon. But then Stoic arrives. Hiccup begs the Night Fury to stop, and it does. But that's when the villagers seize it and chain it. Stoic drags Hiccup away and scolds him for befriending dragons, the same creatures who took his mother. But Hiccup speaks up. He says, "We've killed so many dragons in return. How long will this go on? This is their home and we're stealing their food." He explains that dragons are being forced to bring food to a queen dragon in the nest. Stoic finally listens and prepares his team again. He wants to destroy the nest, with Night Fury's help. After they leave, Hiccup sits alone, upset. His dragon is gone. He doesn't know what to do. Then Astrid reminds him he can't give up now. She tells him there are still dragons in the arena. That sparks an idea. Hiccup gathers his friends and leads them to the arena. One by one, he tames the dragons and gives one to each of his friends. Meanwhile, Stoic and his team reach the nest. Night Fury is with them, so most dragons don't attack. Then they begin their assault. Dragons fly out to escape. But soon, the queen dragon emerges. It's massive and terrifying. Alone, it destroys all of Stoic's ships. Just then, Hiccup and his friends arrive riding dragons. They launch an attack from all sides. Hiccup rushes to free Night Fury, but it's still chained. Suddenly, the queen dragon attacks, and both Hiccup and Night Fury fall into the water. Hiccup dives down to save his dragon, but Stoic pulls him out. Then, Stoic dives in to rescue Night Fury himself. He now fully accepts the dragons. He tells his son, "I'm proud of you." Together with his friends, Hiccup attacks the queen dragon. During the battle, he notices the queen has huge wings. He gets an idea. He provokes it and leads it high into the sky. Night Fury keeps striking its wings until they become too damaged to fly. Enraged, the queen chases them toward a volcano. Night Fury flies out of the way, but the queen can't. It crashes into the volcano, causing a massive explosion. Night Fury gets injured, and Hiccup falls into the fire. To save him, the dragon dives into the flames. When the smoke clears, everyone thinks Hiccup is gone. But Night Fury had protected him with its wings. Stoic checks and finds his son alive. He thanks the dragon. Hiccup is safe, but he loses a leg. When he wakes up, he sees everything has changed. Humans and dragons now live together. Everyone is happy. They've started a new life together. And with that, the story comes to an end.